The beast, the goat, the Magnus Carlsen, also known as Cagnus Larson or Magnus, the game has been finished right now, and this guy just butchered his opponent. I have no words to describe his butchery, so let's just straightly dive into this brilliant game. Here Magnus Carlsen has the white pieces and Levan Pensulaia has the black pieces. He opens the game with c4, we have c5 the symmetrical structure, knight f3 and g6. Here Carlsen goes for the open and dynamic d4 here, and now it's black choice to either go for the closed position or an open position here. So black chooses the closed position with bishop to g7. So now we have d5 here and then d6 and e4. So we have a Benoni structure here, and this structure is actually not considered too good for black here because white just claimed too much space advantage here and black usually suffocate. So now we have e6 challenging a strong white center, but with e6 your now d6 pawn is just too much of weakness here. So now we have h3 here, so whenever the position opens, so you no longer have a pin here, so just not letting to have an exchange of the pieces here. Now we have knight to e7 developing a piece and preparing for the kingside castle here, and now we have knight to c3 developing, and now we have h6 here. Now Carlsen goes after the weakness via d takes e6. Now this move engine is saying inaccuracy, but for the human perspective it's okay here. So now we have bishop takes e6, and now Carlsen goes for the weak d6 pawn via bishop to f4. And now there is no way to defend this pawn here. If you just pushes here, you're just helping a white here. So now we have knight b to c6 here, and now we have queen takes d6 here, and now queen to a5. As black is trading the tournament here, so he can't afford a queen trade here, so we have queen to d2. Now black goes for knight to b4 here. Idea via if you play a3 here, you just can't take my knight here because your rook will be hanging, and I can just play rook to d8 and attack the queen here, and I can have a tempo here. And this actually happens in the game. We have a3, and now we have g5 here, and now bishop goes to h2 here, and now we have rook to d8 attacking the queen here. Queen goes to c1 here. Now after queen c1 there is actually a threat of losing the knight here because rook is now defended. So we have knight to d3 check. Now if you are just pawn down here, you shouldn't be exchanging pieces here, but black likes chances after taking one pair of a bishop here. So we have bishop takes knight here, we have rook takes knight here, and the way Magnus played this position is just marvelous. First Magnus give up the pawn by playing castles here. We have bishop takes c4, and then Magnus again give up another pawn. Knight to d5, we have bishop takes, pawn takes, and we have rook takes. Magnus' idea is to actually play rook to e1 and then not letting black king to have a castle and have a safer square here. So this actually happens in the position. So rook to e1, now we have queen to d8 here, and now we have queen to c4, so just pressuring the rook here. Now we have king to f8 unpinning the knight here, and now we have knight to e5. So Magnus' idea is that even though you are just down a pawn here, but you just need a draw to win a match here. So now we have knight to c6, and the Magnus, the way it just approaches this position is just marvelous. Now first Magnus goes for rook to a to d1. Now if you're thinking, yeah, you are just winning a rook here, no, because if you just try to take here, you're just getting checkmated here. So there's no option here. Here black goes for knight to d4, and now we have king to h1, and now we have b5. b5 is an inaccuracy because in near future b4 can be a problematic here. So now we have queen to d3, and now we have h5 striking in the king side, and now Magnus starting bossing around with the knight here. Now we have knight to c6. You can't just take the knight here because you will be exchanged down here. So we have queen to b6 here, attacking the knight here. Now we have knight to e7, attacking the rook here. So rook goes for d8 here, and now we have knight to f5, now attacking the bishop here. So here black plays a blunder here, but after a blunder, the way Magnus punishes it is just out of this world. Now here black plays queen to g6, and now you have big problems here. And the Magnus plays the amazing bishop to c7. And now if you do anything here, either you're going to lose your rook here, queen here, or you are just getting checkmated here. Let's say if you play rook to e8 here, this is just marvelous. After rook takes here, and just you play amazing queen takes pawn here, because if you just take with a knight here, you're just getting checkmated here. And secondly, let's say if you play the rook anywhere on the 8th rank, let's say 8 here, you're just going to lose your queen after bishop check. King is forced to move there, then knight check, and you're just losing a queen here. Opponent played rook to d7, which was more of a big blunder here, and here Magnus plays the amazing rook to e8 check, sacrificing the whole rook here, and now you're getting mate in n4. King is forced to take the rook here, and now we'll play amazing queen to e4 check here. So we align this a8 check. So now we have knight to e6. You can block with the rook here, but it will be mate in 1 here. So knight to e6, and now we'll play queen to a8 check. You block with the rook or knight, doesn't matter. Let's say if you block with the knight here, and then we will again sacrifice the queen. Queen takes d8, rook takes d8, and now rook takes d8 is a checkmate. So this was for the video. If you liked the video, do like and subscribe the channel to stay tuned for the more updates.